Looks like we're live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Kayfabe Corner here. Another bonus episode here as we talk about night dose of WrestleMania 36. Night 2, first ever two-night event for WrestleMania. And let's get to it, guys. We got a long night here. Let's see, 8 matches if you don't include the pre-show and the 24/7 title changing hands, as we all knew was going to happen. Kicked off. Liv Morgan defeated Natalya in the opener, about 6 minutes and 10 seconds. Don, did you watch this?
Kinda. I was watching something else and then put it on the iPad on the side. So Arya actually watched more of it than I did. It seemed like it was all right, but that's about as much as I could say about it.
Yeah,
I did not pay much attention.
It seemed like it was aight.
And of course, it seemed like it was aight.
Let's go back a second. I'm such a great host. Jordan Pierce Owens here. You just heard from Don Mega from Emma on the Air. Don, what's up?
Hey. Ho, ho.
And Corey C4. What's up, Corey?
Hey.
Now, I actually have faith in you that you watched the kickoff. I hope at least. What did you think of this opener?
I liked it. I liked the match a lot. I thought it was very good. Liv Morgan, I think, is becoming quite a good wrestler. In fact, I think the last couple years she's really improved, and I thought she really shined in this match with Natalya. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, not a bad opener. Good choice, I think, of having someone kind of on the up, and then with a vet like Natalya here. 6 minutes, the perfect amount of time. I thought last night could have used a couple more minutes. They gave it to them here today. I did notice, man, Liv's very noisy in her selling.
I noticed that about a lot of the selling is that there's, it is without the crowd. Again, I mentioned crowds last night. Obviously, you can't not. But, the selling almost seems like they're dying because, they're used to doing it one way. So it's even more jarring.
No, I'm sure it was mostly done on purpose to kind of, got to have some sort of noise. So it helps for the most part. Next up here, as you can see in my cool new background, the NXT Women's Championship for the first time ever. Which, by the way, are we allowed to call it the Women's Championship? Did that change? But they called it the Women's Championship, right?
It only lasted a week, I think.
Exactly. It lasted a whole week.
Yeah. Okay,
and they said, this is stupid.
Just want to make sure I'm not saying anything, controversial here. Charlotte defeated Rhea Ripley to win the title in 20 minutes and 28 seconds. I kind of love this opener here. I mean, this thing could have been the main event, in my opinion, because these two really went at it here. I would like to maybe see Rhea win just because, we had Becky win last night, so neither one of the kind of up-and-comers won it, but can't deny that Charlotte winning a fantastic match. I don't have much to gripe for. Plus, I don't know what's going to happen with NXT TV, but if it was normal, I'd actually be kind of excited to see that now she's going to be in the fold over there for a little while here. So I thought this was a banger of an opener. Mr. Mega, my brother, what do you think?
I agree. I thought this was an amazing match to kick off Mania. I was actually a little shocked that it was actually the kickoff match, just due to the fact that if this was a regular Mania, this was Charlotte's Royal Rumble main event win match. So, I would have thought it would have been later in the card, but it was a great match from top to bottom. I, too, wish Rhea would have retained. I don't really see the point of putting it on Charlotte. I'm not going to be shocked that if Charlotte shows up on NXT TV and just forfeits the damn thing on the next show. I have a feeling she's not going to really go back to NXT and wrestle down there. So I feel like she's going to say, I did what I had to do and I won it and I earned everybody's respect, but here's your belt back. And she's just going to vacate it. So that's my thoughts on that. I don't really see her defending it down there, but a great match, wrong outcome, but I thought both these women just killed it to kick off the show. I absolutely loved it.
I love the fact, though, that it was the opener, though, because I think you should start with something great. It was a fine tag match last night. The opener, I think, like Chris Jericho actually said recently, that the opener is almost as good as the main event. You want to be first or last and not in them stuck somewhere in the middle. So this was the right opener. Corey, what do you think?
I agree. I like the match a lot. I also agree that I would have rather seen Rhea win. I kind of get Flair getting the NXT women's style only because of the maybe it's a thing for the USA, maybe try and bump ratings up, or who knows what they're thinking. But I would have rather seen Rhea win. It was a very good match, real strong match. They were both really laying in some good shots on each other. I thought it was a lot of fun to watch, though. I enjoyed it.
Next up here, we had Aleister Black taking on Bobby Lashley because. Just because. 7 minutes, 15 seconds here. Aleister getting the win here. Another big top win for here. This actually a little bit surpassed my expectations. I thought this was actually a fun. This makes sense as being your second match, 7 minutes. Yeah, actually, this surpassed my expectations a little bit. I thought it was fun enough. Mega, you actually had more hopes for this than me. What did you think?
I thought it was all right. I thought it was the perfect kind of time frame. It was pretty quick and painless. How long was this one since you time keep it?
7:15, sir.
7:15. See, I was going to say, I bet it was about 5 minutes. It
more.
seemed very, very quick. Aleister getting the win like he should have. Bobby switching to pants, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, I like his pants.
You know, so yeah, I mean, it was what I expected, and it was a fun little kind of mid match. So yeah, I dug it, and the right person won.
Corey, what do you think? Plus two, maybe a little bit of feud there with Lana, maybe kind of costing him the match. What do you think?
I liked it. It was good for what it was. I always like watching Aleister Black wrestle. And Lashley's entertaining too. So you got two guys in there who can put something good together, and it was a lot of fun to watch. I like Lana. She's always entertaining too. So anything that they kind of put her into, I think she can really I think she's proven over the years now that she's able to kind of make some things shine that probably shouldn't.
Yeah, not bad here. Always happy to see Lana there too. I was hoping she would make it. Next up, we had maybe the longest booked storyline feud. You saw it's going back to November, December. Otis, don't call him Dozovic, defeated Dolph Ziggler in about 8 minutes and 10 seconds. This was pretty much what I thought it would be here. Again, I actually like what you said for the last match. Not painless, Don, right? I thought this was fun enough. In the end, we get a little bit of a Sonya, a little bit of Mandy interference, finally leading to the story of my life, the funny, chubby guy getting the beautiful blonde. So, I mean, it's a little predictable, but, it is the truth. Corey, what do you think of the match, my man?
I liked it. I'm a big fan of Otis, as a lot of people seem to be. He's really, really entertaining. And so I think anything that he does is a lot of fun to watch. And then Ziggler, he's gonna make gold anytime he's given anything to do. I like the story. It is a bit of a predictable story, but it's one of those stories that works almost every time if you have the right people doing it. And I thought it worked this time. I liked the match. It was good.
Megan, what do you think of Dolph Ziggler's first ever singles match at Mania?
This match should not have been a Mania. I'm sorry. This is
That's probably true too, though. Yeah.
How the hell did Otis get a singles match at WrestleMania? That's gonna be one of the crazy questions for the rest of my life. I just don't get it. I mean, the storyline's whatever. It plays out great on SmackDown. It didn't need to be on a WrestleMania. Glad that Mustafa Ali jumped in and showed everybody the true footage of what's going on.
Maybe.
Because, it's funny that with all the footage that's been shown, that Mandy is just now realizing that Otis showed up to the restaurant that night and dropped those flowers on the floor. So
no one watches the show.
Nobody watches.
She still thought that he no-showed her at that dinner, which is hilarious. Even though it's been replayed for months now. The match was okay. The ending was fun. And I just wonder, where was Tucky? I wonder where.
He can't even be there.
Where's Tucky? Tucky.
I thought for a second maybe he was gonna be the one that did it, but no, we're still a team. They're still a team. Next up, we got finally the first singles match for a long time for my main man Edge as he took on Randy Orton, and maybe the best promos that we had leading up to this. Both guys absolutely killing the promo game, which I think always matters so much in the match because I just think it makes you so much more invested. Even Orton too, delivering maybe some of his best promos in a long time. This, as I predicted, when I've written down about 36 minutes 42 seconds. I don't know if I missed on that. It's a long time, but they went everywhere in this. This is what I predicted here. I figured they're not going to keep it to the ring. It's last man standing. It's a blood feud. So they went anywhere and everywhere here in the Performance Center, which is fun. It was almost like a very extreme tour. Corey, what do you think of Edge and Orton?
I agree. Yeah, I like the use of the PC. I thought that was a good. They worked with what they had around them, and including Edge hanging from the ceiling and dropping an elbow. I thought that was a lot of fun. That was a cool spot. That was great. But it was fun. It was personal. It was emotional. The finish was really good. I just thought that it was what it was supposed to be, and I enjoyed it a lot. And maybe 7 minutes a little shorter would have been better, but you do what you got to do.
Mike, what do you think? We finally have
Yeah.
Edge back. Are you excited? What do you think of the match?
Yes, I'm excited Edge is back. Just once again makes you feel like, damn, man, if this was in front of a normal crowd in a
Yeah.
sold-out stadium, how cool
In
would that
front
have
of
been?
me and Corey.
Yeah, right. I was thinking that the whole time. I was like, I'm supposed to be seeing.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, man, but they took advantage of that PC, and that was awesome. I
Yep.
mean, they literally tore that place down from front to back, and I love them just utilizing just everything, like you said. I mean, just being in a boardroom office that has like a fence for a ceiling and grabbing onto it and dropping an elbow. I mean,
Yeah.
and then into the garage and up on the truck and just everything they did. How long was this match?
I've written down over 36 minutes.
Jesus. Yeah, it was about 7 minutes too long. I remember my daughter was like, this match has been on forever, about halfway through it. But it was great. And I just, it was, it was all these matches that could do something outside of just that PC setting that really kind of stole the show these 2 nights. So I appreciated it. It was super personal. It was emotional all the way up to the end of that concerto and finishing it. So I'm just curious to see where Edge goes from here, but I'm excited.
Yeah, and nice storytelling from Edge too, with that the halt on the concerto there, finally, but having to do it. Next up, I think we can all agree, match of the night. Gronk defeated Mojo for the 24/7 title. I think we all kind of predicted that. Someone said last night that, oh, this is probably how it's going to happen tonight.
Yeah.
This was totally filmed on different nights, even though he was in the same jacket and whatnot. So Gronk's the champ. Nice little stage dive on the. Can anyone tell me who the hell those guys were? They weren't NXT.
Yes, that's
Who
what
were
I was
they?
going to ask you. I was like, I didn't recognize a single damn person that ran
I'm
out.
usually pretty good at that stuff. Usually I'm like, oh, it's this guy, and this guy. I don't know. I think I'd noticed one guy maybe from like a local. I think they were all just local Florida people. Corey, any idea?
I had no idea. I was trying to figure out if I knew anybody too. I couldn't spot anyone.
I thought like EC3 and the others would run over, but no. It wasn't Eric Young, I don't think. I don't know.
Where is EC3?
He's right here.
There he is. Last I saw, he's tweeting out workout videos, and Tyler.
I saw that.
You know, him, Braun Strowman, and Drake Maverick were throwing like a big party during Mania weekend.
Oh yeah, they're all a bunch of buds, aren't they?
Yeah, the Magic City crew or whatever. Anyone care yet about Gronk and where this is going?
No, but it gave us Titus O'Neil as the host for the rest of the show.
Why? Why even that? Like, was that needed either? The only thing that he served was when he came back from Firefly, just him going like, oh, and like that's the only kind of thing that he served. So Titus, they had to throw Titus a bone. Even when he showed up, I was
literally,
like, speaking of the Street Profits successfully defending the Raw Tag Team titles against Angel Garza and Austin Theory, the longest tag team on the roster, in about 20 seconds here. This is WrestleMania 36. Painless is the review. I'm going to give it here. Fun stuff. I think all 4 are just young, great up-and-comers here. It made sense that the Profits retained, not to have. 1, because of the length of their reign, and 2, because this is a makeshift tag team here. So, again, this is fine. Again, I feel like if this wasn't 2 nights, would this have been a kickoff? Would this have just been?
This definitely would have been a kickoff match.
Yeah. Is that what you're thinking, Megan? Tell us.
Yes, this would definitely have been a kickoff match. I have no doubt about it. This did not belong on WrestleMania once again. I just don't understand of all the teams that they have, even makeshift teams that they could have done. Once again, taking Angel Garza, who is still considered part of the 205 Live roster, and then Austin Theory from NXT, who's literally been on NXT TV for a month, 2 tops. I mean, it's crazy that they gave these guys a title shot. But good to see the Street Profits. It's always exciting, and the end was pretty cool pop with Bianca coming out and getting her push on Zelina Vega. So that was kind of cool, you know, and we'll see if stop doing that. You're distracting the hell out of me. Jesus. You know, so we'll see where it goes.
Solo Cup somewhere. I know. Oh, sorry, we're good? Okay. Corey, what do you think of this tag team feud of the year?
It was filler and a Raw match. But I enjoyed it because I like the Street Profits. I like Zelina. I like everybody involved in it. I mean, everybody involved in it was great. I'm a big fan of everybody. But yeah, it shouldn't have been on WrestleMania, and it wouldn't have been on it normally, I don't think. And but it was a good tag team match. I liked it.
This was a main event match.
It was
the show, not the actual main event.
Slam me over match.
Yeah.
Austin Theory's pretty good. Like, I understand it's kind of weird to just throw him up there kind of quickly, but he's good. So,
will you stop changing the damn backgrounds to random shit that makes no sense?
All right. So, coming up next, the SmackDown Women's title is on the line. Bayley successfully defended in a 5-way elimination. First gone is Tamina, which made sense because where they dig her up from. Naomi gone next, and then I don't agree with this decision. You had Sasha Banks followed by it ending up with Lacey and Bayley. I kind of was hoping for a little more intrigue and storyline between Sasha and Bayley here because, I don't know, I'm still not totally sold on Lacey, especially as a face. So this was just okay for me. The match itself actually was pretty good. The ending was okay for me. The match itself was fine. It's a 5-way. Everyone kind of got their stuff in. Decently timed. Didn't seem like too much of a cluster. 19 minutes, 15 seconds. Mega, what do you think as I constantly change my background some more?
Thanks. You should wait till your own time to do that. Yeah, so I really enjoyed this match. I thought it was a ton of fun. It actually played off way better than I thought it would. At first, it felt very sloppily thrown together to just be like, oh, here's every girl on the SmackDown roster. We're going to do a match. And then poor Dana Brooke got sick and got taken out. I wonder where the hell Carmella is. I mean, why wasn't she?
That was my job, yeah.
Yeah, very, very interesting because it felt like they were just throwing every SmackDown girl into this match. Yeah. And then, you know, so here's what we got. But, no, I agree. It was a really, really good match. I like the way that they played it with Tamina, with them all having to kind of team up on her. Didn't like the outcome, though. I really, really thought Sasha was going to get the belt and that was going to lead to the feud between the best friends and kind of go from there, which I'm sure that's where this will lead eventually. But it would have been cool to give Sasha that kind of Mania moment because she's really taken that back seat over the last year, especially playing second fiddle to Bayley. So Bayley's had it long enough. I'm very shocked that she retained it. But, you know, we'll see where it goes from there. But, yeah, I really liked it. I thought the match turned out to be way better than I thought it would.
Yeah, that was fun too. C4.
I enjoyed it. It was it didn't catch my attention as much as I was hoping it to, though. But I did like it. I like you, Jordan, am not quite sold on Lacey as a face. I thought she was a banging heel, and I thought that was where her strength was, and I think that's where they should probably point her back in that direction. But it was a good match. I would have liked to have seen Sasha win as well, but I'm into Evil Bayley, so that works for me too.
Yeah, I would have been fine too with even just Bayley taking on Sasha in the end here. Just the fact that it just came down to Bayley and Lacey again, which we've seen recently. Just kind of as soon as that happened, it sucked me out a little bit of it. Yeah. Up next here, almost the spiritual successor to the Boneyard match, we had the Firefly Funhouse match here between The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, and John Cena. And I thought it was interesting, man. You know, they obviously had to do something interesting like the Boneyard match, but they had to be different. So this one is very much more storytelling. In fact, this one was hard to time because I started from when it actually first got physical, which is there's only about 5 minutes of physicality in this, but it's more of like a 10, 12-minute segment, give or take. But it was fun. You start off with Cena in normal gear. You go to the Thuganomics. Weird sub-stores of WCW for some reason. I literally think they just went to the warehouse and was like, oh, let's play with that. Oh, let's play with that. But it was unique. It was different. I had fun. You know what I mean? It is what I think it had to be. Mega, what do you think?
Yeah, it was interesting. It wasn't what I expected. I wanted something more like the Boneyard match. Like we talked about it a little bit last night. I think that they could have done something really cool with a match like in a warehouse, and they could have done it up very theatrical, circus style, and really did a big funhouse kind of thing and did a lot of special effects. It would have been kind of cool. I remember when the match started and Cena's music just came on and he started to come out. I was like, they are not trying to do this in the normal PC. I was getting so pissed, and then thank God the thing kicked in and showed the fun house and going through the door and everything. It was entertaining. It was a lot of fun. Seeing him go back to the ruthless aggression and then Bray being like, you can look but you can't touch, cracked me up so much. That was so awesome. And then just seeing him in that gear and then switching to Thugonomics and then the NWO for whatever reason made no sense at all.
Everybody wants John to turn heel.
Dude, it was crazy. But then seeing him go back to the old school Bray Wyatt and just bringing it full circle. But then we really, in the end, didn't get a match like at all. It was just like, boom, Sister Abigail, and then he chokes him out with the mandible claw, and that's it. And it's over. Like there wasn't really nothing to it. But I like the fact that it was just mind games. Everything was mind games, and it was something cool and unique, and it was funny. So I dug it overall, but definitely not what I expected it to be.
It was like a Broadway play almost. Corey, what do you think?
Well, I'm a big fan of Bray Wyatt. I'm a big fan of the Fiend character. I'm actually a big fan of John Cena too. So I really enjoyed this. It was wild. It was kind of hard to, like you said, it was hard to find a match in any of it. It wasn't really particularly a match, but it was very entertaining. I loved the McMahon puppet calling it such good shit. I thought that was fantastic. I thought that was a nice little wink and nod. Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. It was wild. It's cool. One of the cool things about the way things are at the moment is that it kind of gives them the opportunity to make this stuff that you probably wouldn't have. I mean, I don't know what their plans were for this originally, but I mean, I don't know, but it seems like this was something that they you got to think of on your toes, So, but I very entertaining.
Bruce Pritchard was in the back there, throwing some such good shit.
That's right.
Coming up next here, we got Drew McIntyre. Ending the night as I think as we all hoped he would, holding that title up high, looking straight in the camera and saying thank you to me specifically, Jordan Owens, as he defeated
that
Brock
was
Lesnar.
Me, by the way.
It was you over there.
Yeah,
Brock Lesnar defeated Brock Lesnar in 4 minutes and 25 seconds. I'm going to reiterate what I said last night with Goldberg and Braun. Good outcome. This time, even better outcome. Because gotta love Drew as champion. Great story there of, being the chosen one, being fired, top indie guy, coming back now. Main event Mania. It's a story that we really haven't seen before. But shitty match. It's very much, again, it's like Brock and Goldberg just love these 4 minute or less finisher, and I think it kind of sucks that the WrestleMania main event, because this is the real main event to me of the first 2 nights, was less than 5 minutes. That leaves me kind of cold, but it leaves me with a smile on my face because the right guy holds the championship. Hopefully that lasts for a while. I'd say take Brock away for a solid year or more. I'm done with him. What do you guys think? Mega, talk to me.
Yeah, well, how I feel. I mean, this is one of my most anticipated matches of the weekend. I mean, I have been a Drew McIntyre fan since his first run, and then just ever since he came back to NXT, I've just been waiting for him to get this opportunity. And so him winning the Rumble was the first step. I just been waiting. I agree with you. The match, it's unfortunate. I had a feeling this is what was going to happen, just because as the night went on, I started to look at what time it was. You could just tell, last night they were exactly at that 3-hour mark. And then tonight, they were midway into the Funhouse match past the time. And I was like, oh, great. That just means this main event's going to be 2 minutes.
And it's recorded, though. They couldn't have thrown something back on night one. I don't know. That's what I'm confused by.
Who knows, man? So it just was unfortunate because, we got the Claymore right out the gate. And then the 1-2 kick out, and then we had F5, kick out. then another Claymore, then another Claymore with some suplexes thrown in, and then the win. So I wish it would have been a little bit more. We know Brock can go, and that's what I think pisses me off. It is different than Goldberg because I don't think Goldberg can really go. He gets gassed out too fast, and that's just that. And that's why these matches are so quick. It's spearing over. Whereas with Brock, he can go. So I don't understand why these matches have to just be like, I push you in the corner, I gut check you in the corner a couple times, and then I suplex you a couple times, and then finisher. That's pretty much every Brock match over the last 2 years. And it's just unfortunate because him and Drew could have had a really badass match. Drew kicking out of that first F5 at a 1 count was pretty crazy. You just don't see that really from an F5. But yes, very happy that he won. I've been waiting for this moment. It just sucks that it was to an empty arena. And I'm sure he's eating it up inside of just like, oh, why me? Why did this have to go this way? But yeah, no, it was really cool. The whole looking at the camera, like, thank you kind of moment was really cool. Nice connection. And then going off the air with him on the turnbuckle with the belt. So love Drew. I hope he gets an amazing title run from here on out. I hope Brock goes away for a bit. I hope it's not rematch next month and here we go again. I need Brock to go for a bit and stop stealing the main title of the company for months at a time. So I hope Drew gets a good run, and I'm curious to see, everybody that steps up against him.
So C4, tell me, how upset will you be when tomorrow night on Raw, Brock wins his title back?
Well, I really hope that doesn't happen. I thought that obviously I was pulling for Drew. I'm really happy that he's the champion. I wish he could have done it in front of a bunch of people because he deserves that moment, I think. And I too am bored with the 500 finishers, kickouts, and all that with Brock's matches. I think it's way played out, and yeah, they could have. I think this might have been a casualty of no audience too. Like, Brock doesn't give a shit if he's gonna, if there's nobody out there, he's gonna want to get in and out and be like, all right, I'm done. So, but I think I think the right man won. I too hope he gets a good reign. He deserves it. I'm a big Drew McIntyre fan, so and he looks good with the belt, I think.
I think he does too, man. Overall, I had a lot of fun here tonight. Dog Mega, overall thoughts on not just night 2, but overall on the weekend as a general.
I was fun, man. I mean, like I said, in the end of the day, they did what they could based on the situation they had. I mean, everything else in our world right now is canceled. And I appreciate them saying, no, we're not going to cancel it. We're still going to do this, even if we do have to do it with no crowd and do it out of the Performance Center. Obviously, it was not ideal. Obviously, it didn't really feel like WrestleMania. It didn't feel like the grandest stage of them all. But I do really appreciate them doing it right now in a time like this. I mean, especially spreading it out over 2 nights, and giving me something to enjoy on a Saturday and a Sunday. Overall, I thought it was a bunch of fun. I mean, yeah, there were some throwaway matches, but it gave us, 6.5 hours of really good entertainment over these last couple nights. And I just appreciate the superstars and the company, doing this when they should have been at home with their families, quarantined like everybody else. And they took the chance, they got out there and they did it, unlike Roman Reigns. So I thank everybody that did do it, and I appreciate you. And I had a good time. I'm glad that we at least got something. I would have preferred this than, not having anything at all, or having to wait till, July or something for them to try to shoehorn it in somewhere else down the road. It would have been too long to keep all these storylines kind of relevant.
Very, very nicely put. And then a word Roman diss. Corey, how do you feel?
I liked it. It was, again, like Don said, you made the best of what you got. The whole chicken salad, chicken shit, chicken salad, chicken shit. That's kind of what they were given here a little bit, and they did the best they could. I was entertained. I liked last night a little bit more than I liked this tonight. As far as just the I don't know, the feeling for me. But overall, it was good, and it's very nice that they were able to present it. I enjoyed myself. I was entertained.
Yeah, for me, it's hard to put one night over the other. I think they were both very equal in the impact of just they both had some great stuff. They both had some okay, questionable stuff, but not that I don't think it was too bad here. That definitely wasn't anything where I walked away being angry at this pay per view at all. And I think Dominic put it really nicely when he said, my initial instinct was, postpone it. It's not Mania. But guess what? At a time like this, we did kind of need it. I feel we did kind of, this ended up being, 2 nights of, of fun that we wouldn't have had otherwise if they did say July, August, September, we'll put it somewhere. So it gave us something that I think we kind of needed in this particular time. So hats off to them. Obviously, hats off to all the superstars except for Roman, according to Don. So let me ask you guys this.
Hey man, that was only what? How long was the Goldberg Braun match? 4 minutes, 5 minutes. That's all we needed. That's all we needed of Roman's time.
210.
Come on, Roman. You couldn't have wrestled for 2 minutes. Come on.
You couldn't have done a spear.
Come on. You'd be the Universal Champion right now. Come on, bro.
Which, by the way, I'll just say I'm happier that it's Braun than Roman, in my opinion. I'll take Braun over Roman again because at least it's something different. Let me ask you this before you guys leave. Corey, do you like this 2-night format of it's not, neither, like, for instance, Don said, even though tonight ran longer, it still only ran about 3.5 hours, give or take. Do you like this 2-hour or 2-night format? Would you want to see this come again?
I think it works for what they've got to do this year. I don't know how well it would work for a 2-night event live. I don't know. I mean, it could work. I mean, it could be possible. I'm sure they could make it work if they want to, if they really want to. But I don't know. It would be a different take, that's for sure. And you'd have to it would have to be something that people would get used to. I wouldn't be opposed to it per se, but I just it would definitely be different. I didn't mind it this year though because of the circumstances.
Dominic, what about you, man? What do you think? Would you be up for it again, and in front of a live crowd too?
I would actually be up for it again. I think it works better this way, to be honest. It's Mania. It's your biggest show of the year. I think doing it in 2 nights gives them the opportunity to really stack a card, and do like 20 matches, and not have to limit themselves. Mania last year ran for like 9 hours. I mean, it was long, man. By the time they did that main event, it was after midnight, and that thing started at like 2 in the afternoon with the kickoff show. So, I mean, Mania is a long damn day. I mean, so, if you bought tickets to this thing, I mean, why not? I wouldn't mind going on a Saturday night than going home and being like, all right, we get to go back tomorrow and see the second half, I mean, why not? I mean, I think it's almost better than sitting in a damn stadium for 6, 7, 8 hours at one shot, having to cram with everybody to a bathroom or to get food or,
Sure.
Then the parking and you're stuck in the parking lot for another 2 hours trying to get out of there. That's rough, man. So, I mean, the 2-night format, I think, breaks it up evenly, makes it a little bit easier to digest, and also allows more people to be involved because they can book more matches. So I hope that they look into this as maybe a future thing down the road. I mean, I think it'll also help make WrestleMania be that standout kind of show because it's the only show of the year that is too big for one night, as they like to let us know. So, keep that theme running, and let's blow it out.
Yeah, I'm torn on it because I definitely see the pluses and minuses of both. I mean, as you said, 2 nights, you do 8 matches apiece. You guys can do 16 matches, no problems, without that fatigue factor here. I don't know, man. It's tough. I think it's worth a shot live to see if it works. I mean, obviously, Mania gets bigger and bigger every year, so they're always doing stuff anyway. So, just where do you then fit in? Maybe Hall of Fame could be in the afternoon, maybe, and then, TakeOver on Friday. Then again, Sign-Off on Friday. So, I don't know. It's something you got to think about logistically, too, in that aspect. But I think
they were already going to do Hall of Fame this year on, like, a Thursday. Like, they were doing it early this year.
Well, then when do you put TakeOver?
Do it on a Friday.
Where do you do SmackDown?
Fuck SmackDown. Retape it.
Screw SmackDown. Yeah.
Pre-tape it.
I don't know. Well, you don't need to pre-tape. We can just do it somewhere else. Do it in Utah, wherever the Mania.
Well, what they should do with TakeOver is they should do it. Maybe you make that do the Hall of Fame on a Wednesday, do TakeOver actually on Thursday, and then do SmackDown Friday, and then you do Mania that weekend. What I would like if they continue the 2-night thing is to involve NXT more in the actual Mania itself. I think the champion should be involved.
Yeah.
I think the NXT championship should be defended. I'm hoping maybe the women's title will be defended now. Put more of that into Mania, and and then scale back the TakeOver, to a couple days earlier, so it has a little bit of a spot in between. Do something like that. I would like to see NXT get more of a shine on the big stage. So I felt like this year was a tease of that with Rhea, and now we'll kind of ramp it up from there. Maybe next year the Rumble winner will challenge the NXT heavyweight champion. We'll see.
Yeah, I guess if you have like the NXT, world titles, both women and men's, on the show, you really can do take over a completely different time. You don't necessarily even need takeover if you have enough else going on here, because I wouldn't mind that. I thought they were even kind of teasing Gargano and Ciampa for Mania. They
were, yeah.
It felt like they were teasing it for like, oh, we need something big enough to hold you to.
Yeah. Well, Triple H kept saying we must do this on the grandest stage, and I'm like, here it comes, and then fucking Gargano's like, we don't need a grand stage. We'll do this anywhere.
We'll do it in a warehouse.
Shut up, Gargano. Do you not want to be on Mania? What the hell's your problem?
Which is so funny.
Shut up.
Shut up. In real life was like, yes, Mania, please. But they're like, no. Act like you don't want Mania for some weird
no, it doesn't matter. Let's wait till the week after and get it done.
On USA.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. All right, guys. I think we all kind of said we all had some fun here, man. Some nitpicks, but nothing too big here. Any final words, Corey, to the seats of the four?
Well, I am. Like I said, I'm happy with WrestleMania this year, given the circumstances. I much would have rather been there hanging out with you, Jordan.
This would have been like our 15th show, man.
Yeah, man. I was really wanting to see that Edge and Orton thing live. I was so stoked. But I really liked it. I hope that all of this stuff, the coronavirus and everything, goes away quickly, so it doesn't have to happen again. Because I like live wrestling. So, but all in all, WrestleMania, I give it a thumbs up.
Throw some plugs in there too, man. Talk about your pod.
Oh yeah. Podcast. It's on any streaming. You can listen to it anywhere. It's 1,000,001 Pro Wrestling Podcast. You can follow me on Twitter at 1,000,001WP with the number ones, and you can follow my personal account at Composition4.
Don Mega Man, final words, plug skis.
Yeah, final words. What else can be said that we haven't said already? It was good considering, and I had a good time this weekend watching it, and especially watching it with my daughter for the first time all the way through. So that is its own special moment for me. But yeah, so looking forward to next year's. I'm hoping to attend next year's because it's in Hollywood, and I'm only one state over. So yeah.
Whatever, man. Yeah. Oh, hey, brother, you want to come visit me and your father? And
I just saw Dad, so I don't know.
Oh, so I didn't.
But yeah,
have to worry about getting your refunded tickets anyway.
So plug wise, check out my podcast, Am I on the Air? It's on Twitter at Am I on the Air. Follow me directly at DXDonMega. AmIOnTheAir.com. You can get the same thing on all the different streaming sites, Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, Stitcher, TuneIn, Podchaser, all the good stuff. So check it out. New episodes every Monday.
Can I rename this Future Endeavors?
No. Trademark.
Yep, trademark. All right. You can also check out Don Mega this week on a show about shows. Probably recording that around Wednesday or so. We talking movies, we talking TV. Hopefully there's some news segments. I don't know. Nothing's being filmed right now, but we'll figure out something to talk about. Of course, check out here to the Pierce Wrestling channel for more Kayfabe Corners with interviews with wrestlers, more reviews, Real Pro Wrestling channel. Follow me on Twitter at JPierceO, where I mostly just tell you what I'm watching on TV. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed WrestleMania as well, and you had some time for escapism. Thank you so much, and I love you more than you'll ever know.